Okay, so I want to help you understand how this bill came to be and the long history of what we've been dealing with here. So, first of all, it should be said that the Republicans in the House have asked for this humanitarian aid bill to come to the House floor 17 times before this week. 17 times. All right. Why did it finally come to the floor this week? Well, because the Senate, Democrats and Republicans, decided to finally hammer something out. All right. The crisis has finally built up enough. Now, what we've been hearing for months and months and months is that there was no crisis, that it's a manufactured crisis. Then the narrative became, well, it was a manufactured crisis, but now it's a crisis, but it was because of Trump that it's a crisis, right? It's Trump's making. This is a really dishonest narrative, okay? The reason there's a crisis is because tens and thousands of migrants are coming across the border. When that many people are coming across, it overwhelms us, it overwhelms our resources, it crams everybody into small spaces, it creates living conditions that we're all very upset about. That's why there's a crisis. There is no other reason. When there's that many people coming across one place, there's going to be hardship. That's why we needed this money. Remember the video we did last week where I showed you what this money was going towards. When people cross the border, they go into CBP's custody. Children, especially unaccompanied minors, they go to HHS. They're both running out of money. That's why we needed the supplemental bill of $4.6 billion. It helps migrants. It helps improve the conditions down there. That's why we had to pass it. Nobody wants to see what's going on there. The photos this week that you saw of a father and his daughter drowning in the river is absolutely horrible. It really is. And if you've been following this situation for as many years as a lot of us have, this kind of thing happens a lot. It happens because the incentives are aligned where they think if they can cross, if they can just get to the other side, then they'll be caught and then released into the country. This is not a good incentive to have. It's why we're seeing so many migrants, not just along the river, but on people's ranches, in our deserts. People are dying. People are dying trying to get across, and there's no indication that this is going to stop anytime soon. So not only do we need to get this $4.6 billion to our departments, but we also need to stop the root cause of the problem. Our asylum process is completely abused right now. It's taken advantage of. We need to fix those loopholes. We need to actually have a plan in place to help Central American countries. I've co-sponsored a bill that Democrats also support that would improve the aid to places like Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala. This kind of stuff is important. It needs to be a whole of government approach. It's security, it's the asylum process, and it's fixing what's going on in these Central American countries.